some cool homestead projects. So this I did last year, but it's finally coming. I just updated it recently. This is a swale, so you can't really tell that with the angle, but I basically cut about on contour here. So this is where the water runs to, then it sits still. I need to work on the overflow right here, which is why I started to dig it out a little bit more. But this water basically is stuck here and it all kind of slowly releases into the ground. So it actually will help water things that are planted on that mound in front of it. So I think we're going to plant some flowers, but also maybe like a squash or two. But then they'll stay watered all summer long, even when it's drier out, because it slowly releases. And then the cool thing, this is my big project. I've been trying to expand the dam a little bit more. This is Ben's favorite part too. It's my pond. So this is like 20,000-ish gallons, maybe not quite that much, maybe 15,000 gallons of water. So we let the pigs in here, and that actually really helped. They actually filled all the holes that were in here. Aside from, there's one little tiny like seepage leak that goes out to the middle of the yard over there. But aside from that, this holds water really well. And then I have a sump pump, which you can see that black line, that I run to the IBC tank, which then goes to the gardens. So this is a good way to keep the gardens watered, essentially without having to run hoses everywhere all summer long, which is kind of cool. Homestead update number 2. Sorry, the camera's on the wrong side. So, cool pig pen. One problem we had is that all the water would flow downhill and hit the pig pen and fill that whole thing, and it also would fill like where the chicken coop was. So I dug a trench this summer that went all the way down here, and then, I won't do the grand reveal, I did another trench over there that catches all the runoff that goes that way. And I diverted it into, it was a smaller pond for Sherman and Dorothy, but I needed extra dirt. I dug this a couple weeks ago. It was only like 2 feet deep. Now it's about 4 feet deep at the end over there. So I wanted to put some more dirt on the land bridge. So now this is another 30,000 gallons of water. This one hasn't been plugged yet, so this one will probably drain pretty quickly. But this is going to be perfect because this is now the pig pen. This is like about a little over half an acre, this whole area. Planted my oats that are all coming in. I have we let the chickens out of their fence, so they're gonna all come in and eat this. And yeah, I gotta fix that fence though. That's what I was controlled burning the other day. And then oats are growing up on the bank, hopefully to hold that. The one thing I'll have to do is plug that little over there a little bit higher so that doesn't flood or all go out as easily. Ideally what I want to do is pump this back out over the chickens or something. The other cool thing is I have an IBC tank off the chicken coop, which is now full, and the overflow goes into that trench, and that feeds float waterers that constantly water the chickens. So another cool little homestead project. All right, and the piece de la resistance. So as everyone knows, I had that large gully ditch thing that I've always wanted to do something with. So 2 summers ago, I cleared the whole thing out. I got the tractor down there last summer and actually dug it out a little bit more. And in the last couple weeks, I've been taking out all the extra dirt and not putting it on the other land bridge. I'll call it well, it's kind of like the Hoover Dam, but not quite. This is, you can't really see, it doesn't look that big, but at the base, that's probably 20 feet across. So now I just gotta keep adding more at the top so I can drive. But the goal is to basically, this is the new farm, like driveway. So basically gonna cut on the left side of the fence up there and just do a driveway all the way down here that then can access the rest of the farm, because the other one is right behind the house. But eventually, it's dry now. I think when we get the pigs in, I'm gonna put them down here first and plug up any holes that are on there. I did what I didn't do last time, and I have a culvert at the base of it. You can't really see, it's by that bucket though. So with a plug on it right now, but we can drain it at any point. But then the goal is, this hopefully this is at the walls, those are 20 feet high probably. The goal though would get this to be 10 or 12 feet deep. To throw some fish in, maybe some tilapia or something. But that's the big goal. That's my new road into it for the tractor. And then I cleared all that used to be where they put all the stumps for when they cleared our house. So I put all that onto here, in addition to all the red clay that I've been digging up. So that is update number 3 into post-drain. And final update. So this is more just planning, but bringing you guys along on my little plan. I feel like Mary right now. I don't normally talk to cameras like this. Drainage now for the pig pen. So now we have little ditches around that drained out, so that at least they're like living quarters. This is basically where we're gonna start feeders moving forward in the first 2 weeks. I gotta reinstall the electric fence further down. We're getting our pigs in a month, We just got the deposit today. But this is now, it used to be 16 by 32, now it's 16 by 24, no, 16 by 28, 26, something like that. Little lean-to and all that stuff, the water barrel. So that's, drainage is there, and then the big dream is where that other lean-to is at the top of the hill. A lot of the contours all kind of run to that area right there. So the big dream is the top of the hill water pressure would go up that way. And so digging out the pond at the top of that hill, it's basically like a 20 foot across, maybe 30 foot across pond that would let us basically get, even if we can do it 3 or 4 feet deep, the idea would be that in the summer, especially when we need to run water, we can run it downhill to all the animals that live down here. They'd probably be down here for the summer, and at worst pump it out, potentially put some solar up there. But that is the little tour of the stead.